What's going on, y'all? It's Jason Reviews here, back at it again with another video. Just want to say, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, enjoyed their holiday weekend. It's the reason for the little gap in posting there. Thought I'd just let everything breathe. And also yesterday on Christmas, the Civil War III battles dropped. I had gotten to see them in person. Obviously, most of us have seen the Nitty and Fawn stream from Caffeine. But, finally getting to rewatch these battles on cam. Not too much has changed. I thought the first round from Clean and Stumbles was a little closer than I called it live. Still got Clean, but would understand the Stumbles first and third argument. And I still had Slade clearly winning, although 2-1, not 3-0 over Twork. Not a very good battle, though. Even worse than it was in the building, which is saying something. So, I know those are some of the bigger talking points. And I have gotten to rewatch his Hansel's standout performance, all things of that nature. If you guys want to hear my in-depth opinions on Civil War 3, you guys can go check out my top 5 most impressive performers review. But today we are going to be doing a battle, regular battle bar for bar review on Real Sikh versus New Jersey Twork. Great battle. I feel like whenever we get Twork versus other Jersey rappers, you tend to get an extremely good version of Twork. On top of that, this is one of the better Real Sikhs that really we've gotten to date at this point. I'm really, it's not, iconic isn't the word I'm looking for, but, quotable, just very, hard-hitting quotables from each. Really great battle back and forth. We'll see, as we go through, if my winner changed from my original review of it, where I had Twork 2-1, now that I've gotten to go down, bar for bar. But without further ado, let's start off with the first round. So, first round opens up on Twork. Twork would lead off each round of this battle. And something I want to say, there was a lot of, little scheming in here from Twork all throughout the battle. Obviously, this is a full 3-round clean performance, which already puts it into a short catalog of Twork performances that make that cut. And then on top of that, he most certainly has 3 good to amazing rounds. I'm not saying every round is amazing, but I think every round is at least good. And that's something you could really say for the entirety of this battle both ways. It's 6 rounds of good to great. Probably one of the better battles of 2022 when we break it all down. But as it starts on Twork in the first, he has a 6 scheme, medicine, common cold, fever, a bunch of other references. So about a 9 to 10 reference scheme, word reference scheme on sick, obviously, which gets flipped a lot. Chop your whole family tree. I got enough for sick or more. I like that. He had a strapped in the first round as well, which it's funny because the bar was fire the way he delivered it. He thinks he's sick till I bring out the Russian AK and this Kalishnikov. Obviously the Kalishnikov, I get the flip. A Kalishna coughing doesn't make that much sense. Twork had another bar in this verse, the corn dog bar. That's a stick in the glizzy. You know what I'm saying? His gun, he put a gun in the gun. It's incredible what he does here from bar to bar. But just poking fun at Twork a little bit, because he does have a few concepts like that when you go against Sikh and there's more structure and everything kind of makes sense for the most part. Lack of reaching, very sound on the technical side. I have to take a little bit of points off. Still a very good first, but I just thought it was funny, the corn dog and the Kalishnikov bar. He had the Indian tribe scheme, which was really good. Packed up 4 references in a 3 to 4 bar stretch. So a lot of compact writing here. Stomp him out, size 13. Big foot, they ain't even believe it was real. That was fire, like that a lot. Nobody knew he was sick. Chadwick Boseman. Talking about, mess up his facial. That was definitely dope, too. And then another, little witty bar. I thought his first lacked any, big haymakers for the most part. But if he lives, we spin him back like a cement truck. Very clever, very out there. I love those just, one-liner references that are just spinning back like this. It spins on the back, so like that a lot. And then we get into Real Sikh's first, and I am just as impressed on camera with Sikh's first as I was in the building. Now they've got this bitch Twork in front of me, with knowing that my back's against the wall, talking about his back's against the wall after the K-Shine loss. And you got to always salute Sikh's schedule. Obviously, he's bragging on it a lot this battle, but the man really does take the hardest fights. He is running a hell's row, 6 to 7 battles a year. Well, I guess not this year that it happened that way, but he takes fights, man. Then he has these Brittany Griner and Ludacris rebuttals to start off his first, which are very, very good. The Brittany Griner one to the Kalishnikov, and then the Ludacris bar to a Ludacris bar that Twork had in the first round. And then you get into just the two big haymakers that still, to me, give Sikh this round clear. A peak that just Twork didn't reach, which Twork is known for his peaks, so it's crazy to say, but flesh and blood, cut his stomach, flesh and blood hanging out like a family reunion. One of them, crazy. And then you got a little 9, a bigger 9. I got a medium that'll connect you to the other side. Twork said nothing in his verse as good as either of those 2 bars. I mean, the peak is set so high there with the Kanye Jerusalem little bar in there. The pick up where I left off, multi-concept, where he says pick up where I left off like in like 5 different ways. Even the after I shoot your crib up, I come back like a friend that feels left out. What did I miss? Just really sound, punching, using the multis not as his whole style, but as a weapon to propel the haymakers in his best bars. This is a damn near perfect Sikh round and maybe the best of his career, and I still have him up 1-0 clear. From there, we get into the second round of this battle, and Twork obviously wrote uphill. There's a big story about it, and his second and his third is so good, but especially the second here, he starts out with the praying to South Asia, massacres that have been going on there, things of that nature. We don't see it in the States, and it seems like a very heartfelt, introspective moment. And then says, prayers to all the lives lost in South Asia, and I'm about to send them more. Reminds me a lot, for those that aren't going to be able to watch this battle or haven't watched it, if you remember double Summer Impact versus Quest McCody and Marv 1, where he's like, They flash the light, talk about the car crash, but if you see this light flash, you're going to never open your eyes again. So it's like, very like, oh, this is meaningful, and then bam, turns it around into some murder shit. Really, really, really good opener, and already, the biggest haymaker he had of the battle up to this point. Right afterwards, which is funny enough, he tried to flip like Sikh as Singh, like something, after Singapore out, but his name isn't Singh. You know what I'm saying? Little writing stuff like that when the other guy isn't doing it, it's like, oh, it's a little weird to the ear. I got it, hit the bucket list bar, borderline haymaker, amazing. The struggle bar about there wasn't no Roscoe's and chicken and waffles, so we had to go with P&B, peanut butter and jelly. Had a whole concept of real talk around it. Incredible. Pay the shooter, little paper off the top like a Hershey Kiss, crazy. The henna, your mom's used to getting henna. When you die, she's gonna have to get you tatted. Your mom's used to henna. She never thought she'd need a real tattoo, real Sikh, real tattoo. Man, this second is so fucking good, yo. The percent breakdown that he did, 10% to pay my bail at the end, which was super fire. The Dave Chappelle bar, take the sticks and beat this Real Sikh kid's ass, crazy. The country scheme, little compact writing in there. And then one of the wittier and better bars he just has, I think you're a fake disaster, a conspiracy theory. I like that. Super duper duper good. High quality second here from Twork, just like it was live. And I like 6 second. I like 6 seconds live, and I think that there's people saying this round is debatable. I think it's closer than it was live. I did like to forget AR bar. You forgot the AR, but I won't. Talk about the big margin bar that Twork said versus Nitty, kind of flipping that. The stretch of the imagination bar is good. Like a DJ at the wedding, I need both sides on the floor. Probably his best bar of the round. Yeah, when you crashed your car, I bet you wish you crashed on memory lane, obviously playing to the choking. I mean, this is really good content. You went from clapping people into coma your whole career to us having to clap you out of one. So he works a very good angle on the second half of the second. He is the DJ of the wedding. It's a haymaker. But when I name Twork's round, I just think that we're talking about per bar, there's just higher hitting bars. The PMB bar, crazy. Fake conspiracy theory, crazy. Dave Chappelle, henna. I just feel like more consistently he was hitting on the upper side while working the angle by Sikh was good. When you're going against that many bombs in a row, you have to match it. And while he worked the car crash angle good, I don't think it was the best working of it ever. It was incredible. No, it was just good. Sikh had a very good second. He didn't get blown out, but I still have him clearly losing the second. I think the separation is there. So 4 great rounds from both guys here, and I have it as a clear 1-1 going into the third round. And the third round of this battle is one of the more legendary rounds in Twork's catalog, just at face value off the first few watches. He starts out with the Sikhism breakdown, which there's so many good punches he had in between here, breaking down the 5Ks of Sikhism, applying it to him. There's 5Ks and you couldn't handle one, referring to his K-Shine battle, just for a small example. I mean, he works the angle so well that I can't really quote it all here. But to see Twork get into an angle bag and execute it that well to start the third kind of just showed you this might be a versatility round. Kind of show us something crazy. We don't even know why you wear that turban, like Nick Cannon. That's how he finishes off the whole angle. Funny, but a very hard bar. So when the comedy mixes with the wait, that's a good place to be at when finishing off an angle. I'm not saying Jesus was in the streets, but at least he got his feet wet. Fire. I should have sat down after every battle like Yoshimitsu. Then starts his conversation with Smack. I stuck out like a nail in the wall just because I had an image to uphold. Beautifully written battle, man, from Twork. I really feel like even with some of the reaches and little nonsensical bars, more towards the first round of this battle, which is his lightest round. Good round, but his lightest round, as he writes uphill, it's like you see more that go away, and by the time you get to this third, that image to uphold, that is amazing. Reminds me a lot of Surf. If you can't paint a picture of your own, you put a stain on somebody else's, where it's just a perfect mix of real life, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of wordplay in there. So really, really just love that bar. And then obviously that leads to the whole breakdown with Smack talking to him personally, them not visiting him in the hospital, and then said, but after that interview, you couldn't, with Jay Black, you couldn't even shake my hand. Moment, room shaker, disgusting. Follows that up with the fake choke, which I knew was a fake choke in the building. I mean, he wasn't throwing us off when he's control your emotions, that he rhymes with the line after it. But back six scoliosis is a good bar. It's not the craziest, you know what I'm saying? I prefer his other scoliosis bar he had versus JC, but this is the bigger moment. That was the better bar, but I think this was the bigger moment, especially after that kind of heartfeltish moment, talking to Smack and having, combining those moments back to back. It just leads to a very special, special feel. So it just comes off as a very impactful substance beyond just regular haymakers third from Twork. So incredible round. And Sikh, once again, has a very good round of response. The remote learning how to build a bomb bar was very dope. He worked the choking and memory angle for the most part. It was more comedy than hard hitting. Still good, still entertaining, but when paled to a round with the type of substance it had, comedy in this particular situation doesn't quite hit the same. Then the working at Dunkin' Donuts angle, caffeine out the window, which was a good flip. So Sikh always has been a good angler, so he's jumping into a few different bags here, fighting back with that angling prowess, and then has maybe the best round of the third. I don't know. Twork had some great moments, but you're in a coma or something, you got to do the Twork hands to tell the doctors that you're alive. Super duper fire, super haymaker, but a little bit of a shorter round from Sikh, and in my opinion, clearly lost the third too. Now, even though I have him clearly losing the battle 2-1 by the count, obviously I just gave Twork the second and third clear. He clearly won the first and possibly the round of the battle. And his second and his third are very, very good. Nothing to be disappointed in here. You run into a Twork at this level. Some of the best in the world, best ever, can't beat this. So, overall, you get a 6 winner or loser. You get 6 rounds of greatness and an amazing Jersey versus Jersey showing. But I did end up giving the battle to Twork 2-1. And with that being said, guys, that is my full review of New Jersey Twork versus Real Sikh. Let me know down in the comments below who you have winning. I think the votes, people get mad when they see votes like Twork winning like 600 votes to 100, something of that nature. But the thing is with those votes is it's not like everyone's saying it's a 3-0. People were chanting 3-0 in the building. It was the corniest shit ever. Twork doesn't give himself the first. You guys look ridiculous. I know, it doesn't matter the battler. Shut up, man. I know you just want to give a guy a 30 no matter what. This is not a 30 in any way, shape, or form. But I do still have a clear winner, and a lot of people do. A lot of people that voted that Twork won still think Sikh was amazing. So I think when they see the gap and difference, you think of it like boxing score. Like, they see it as a 10-7 because of the margin. Nah, it's just 600 people got him winning because they feel like you won the second and the third. Does not change the fact this is one of the best Sikh performances. Like I said, his first might be the best round of his career. I know his first versus Av is up there as well. A couple other great rounds from Sikh. You could debate his third versus Mike P. So, dope showing from him. Really a net positive showing for both of these gentlemen. I have little critique to give to either besides poking fun at a little bit of Twork's bars. Outside of that, like I said, seeing Sikh use the multis not as the whole style, but just to aid the setup and make the punch the focus, that's where he's going to get at, where he can start beating elite names and get a couple clear wins under his belt. That will rise him to the level that people think that he should be at stature-wise. But all I can do is praise the Civil War event, really. Even the controversial main event is well, not the worst battle on the card. We know what the worst battle on the card is, but for me, one of the worst battles on the card that had controversy. And then Rum and Fonz, one of the better battles of the year. Twork and Sikh, one of the better battles of the year. Trufo and O-Red, good little war. So I don't know. You guys don't got the app, man. I think it's a good event to check out. Really happy how everything turned out on camera, and specifically think that this battle is aging marvelously on camera. But like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, let me know down below what you guys think of the battle. It's been J Smo Reviews again, y'all. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.